So now you might be wondering, which are the most important and significant characters in Genshin Impact? First, let's get through the rules. This list is only judged by characters' lore importance. Next up, the Traveler won't be involved at all, and I'm only including the current playable characters, so don't expect La Signora, the Doctor, or even the Dainsleeve to be in here. And no, La Signora's TCG card doesn't count, okay? Now that I explained the rules, let's now get to the top 10 most significant characters in Genshin Impact's lore. We'll be starting off with number 10 of course, and at number 10 is none other than Diluc. There was even an important part in the manga where his father passed away, since his delusion backfired on him. Before the death of his father, he used to be a cavalry captain in Knights of Favonius, but has resigned after Inspector ordered him to cover up the incident in order to protect Knights of Favonius' reputation. The fact that Inspector wanted him to do something like this literally after his dad died made Diluc furious. And this is when Diluc turned against the Knights of Favonius and went on an investigation for several years to uncover the truth behind the delusion and his father's death. Nowadays he works as the Dawn Binary owner and secretly protects Mondstadt in the night and stuff like this in order to grant his father's wishes. He is also directly linked to his adopted brother Kaeya, a character that hails from Khaenri'ah. More about him later. Speaking of Khaenri'ah, Beidou is another one that hails from Khaenri'ah and was created by one of the 5 sinners from Khaenri'ah, and he's directly linked to her. The creator of Beidou's name is Rhindaughter, and she is an important individual for creating Beidou, and Dorin, a dragon that attacked Mondstadt but was slain by the Wallin, while also being a part of Alice's organization, who is Klee's mother. Therefore, Beidou and Klee are also very closely linked, and well, they get together along as well. Nowadays, Beidou works as a chief alchemist in Knights of Favonius and is trying to uncover the secrets of Teyvat. Now, it just depends on why is he doing this, like why is he uncovering all of the secrets and everything, and what will happen once he does this. His goal could potentially also be a very important part. At number 8 we have Arlecchino. No surprises there. She is father of the 2 Harbingers, director of the House of the Heart, and father of Lini, Lynette and Fremet and other children that she takes care in House of the Heart. I already made an entire video of her story and everything, and in summary, Arlecchino killed Krusubina, the previous Fatui Harbinger, who was also director of the House of the Heart, and after killing her, Arlecchino, also known as Peroer, took over the House of the Heart and became a Fatui Harbinger, one of the most powerful people from Snezhnaya and also possibly from Khaenri'ah. Another Fatui Harbinger we have on our list is none other than the Wanderer. He used to be a 6th of the Fatui Harbingers, so in case you don't know his story, let me explain why I said he used to be. So Wanderer was created by the Electro Archon herself, and she ended up abandoning him. During Wanderer's life, he got manipulated and betrayed lots of times. With all the betrayal, he hated humans and even gods. In fact, wanted to become a god to destroy gods and humans. So in the Sumeru Archon quest, Wanderer was the main villain, apart from the Grand Sage Azar. In the end, he removed all of information about him from existence in hope of changing the past, making everyone in Teyvat forget about him. Now all Wanderer wants, really, is just revenge on the people who betrayed and manipulated him. So now he's a forgotten Fatui Harbinger, 6 of Fatui Harbinger doesn't exist, and now he's basically wandering around Teyvat, making sure that all of the people who betrayed him will pay. Next up on the list is Collei. Now Collei is one of the most important characters in Genshin Impact's official manga. In fact, she's a central character, as the manga is literally about her. What makes this Sumeru girl so important is that she is another one of those doctor's victims. Therefore, she was the one behind the Black Fire incident, which is what manga is about, and the manga showed her entire backstory and more lore importance. Doctor's experiment on Collei also resulted in the disease called Elazar, which was a significant problem in Sumeru Archon quest, until Greater Lord Lukadevata removed herself from the Irminsul. So basically she did the exact same thing as Wanderer, except that Wanderer wasn't able to fully do it. Overall, Kali is one of the most important characters from Sumeru region, as she has connections to Mondstadt and all that sort of stuff, and her past is also pretty important, as it also relates a lot in Sumeru Archon quest. Nowadays Kali currently serves as a trainee forest ranger in the Avidia forest, and although she had faced many diseases and challenges in her past, she is now trying to become her own person, a strong and independent woman, and because of characters like her or Lisa, who is the senior of Sino, Sumeru and Mondstadt are linked together. Wrapping up our Fatui Harbingers, next up, 11th of the Fatui Harbingers, Tartaglia. I also made a video on him, and well, I mentioned that he fell inside the abyss, and this is where his master by the name of Skirk trained him, and ever since then he became a really strong warrior. And the same story applies to him as with Beidou and Koli, trying to become as knowledgeable or strong as possible. And what puts Tartaglia, the lowest rank Fatui Harbinger, above all the other Fatui Harbingers in terms of lore importance is the fact that with him wanting to become stronger and stronger, as he already does that, he wants to conquer the world. So basically be on top of the world, which does not sound like a good thing. It's probably not for good purpose as well. And even if he's currently the lowest one, he'll probably eventually be the strongest one out of all the Fatui Harbingers. This is what also makes Tartaglia more important than all of the other Fatui Harbingers, because he's a unique one, he's getting better and better, and he's trying to become on top of the world. And he occasionally also shows up, where we already see his progress of him getting stronger and stronger, like we already saw him in Fontaine Archon quest, and I'm not gonna be surprised if he's also gonna show in Snezhnaya. He already cleared Wanderer and Arlecchino. In the meantime, here is Tartaglia trying to become the strongest Fatui Harbinger, in fact the strongest man in all of Tibet. Now finally, Kaeya Alberic. Now this man is extremely important. You could argue that he's one of the most important characters in the entire game. Not only that he's directly linked to the Abyss Order and Dainsley, but maybe also to our sibling. In case you don't know, Kaeya is literally a descendant of Abyss Order's founder, who is none other than Clothar, and Kaeya is also the current generation of the Alberic clan. He was supposed to work for the Abyss Order as a spy in Mondstadt, as Kaeya's dad abandoned him in Mondstadt. However, Kaeya actually forgot about his mission as soon as he got adopted into Ragnhildur family, you know, the same family where Diluc is, and his adopted family has welcomed him nicely and raised him better than his real father. Kaeya is nowadays working as the cavalry captain of Knights of Favonius, protecting Mondstadt and being Diluc's brother. So even Kaeya is not on his mission anymore, he is still directly linked to the most important characters in the game. Besides, it all started with the Abyss founder, Clothar, and then we already went to Caribert. Now it's only the matter of time till we get to the current generation, and this is when we will finally learn all the secrets about Kaeya. At number 3, no surprises here for real, Neuvillette. Now I don't have much to say about him and explain why he's so important on everything and talk about him too, as everybody knows that Neuvillette is Hydra Dragon, one of the 7 sovereigns, and even though the Hydra Archon is a real ruler, he's also kinda a ruler of Fontaine, because he's literally a chief judge in Fontaine, and of course Fontaine runs on judicial system. So without a doubt, one of the most important people in all of Fontaine. A couple more fun facts I can say is that after the original Hydra Dragon disappeared, it reincarnated in human form as Neuvillette, and also that the real Hydra Archon Fossilors returned the stolen powers by the Heavenly Principles back to him, once she executed herself, of course. At number 2 we have Yae Miko, also no surprises here. I mean, of course, Yae Miko is one of the most important characters from Inazuma. She is very close to Ryan Shogun and helped us in stopping a Vision Hunt decree, as she knew what to do since she knows so much about Raiden Shogun and she is so close to her. Not to mention that she is also owner of the Yae Publishing House, a place where they write and publish novels, and head of the Grand Narukumi Shrine, a place where people worship the Electro Archon. One more fun fact about Yae Miko is that she is also a descendant and a successor of the Kitsune Saijo, who was Ei's close ally. Now finally at number 1. Now one rule I didn't mention before is that I didn't separate the Archons, because that's like half of the list will literally be covered with Archons, you know, because they're all so important. And I won't make this list so fun because, well, I think you already know why. So I just decided to put them all in one place, and it's number 1. Without really needing much explanation, as obviously they are gods, so I'm just gonna share one important thing about each one of them. Venti fought against the old god of Mondstadt Impact by the name of the Caribbean and became the god of freedom after his defeat. Zhongli has lived for over 6,000 years and has fought over many Archon wars. He also leads the powerful beings known as Adepti. A has experienced lots of losses in her past, therefore she decided to pursue the eternity, and this is where she also created her puppet. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata created Nahida to serve as her reincarnation, as she died during the events of the Cataclysm of Khaenri'ah. Finally, last but not least, Fossilors separated her divinity from the singular body to exist separately as Fossilors and Furina. So that's basically it. Those are, in my opinion, top 10, or more like top 14, because 5 gods are in the top 1. Of course, it did not include the Pyro Archon and Cryo Archon because obviously they're not playable yet, and so therefore they don't count. In other case, I will see you all in my next video. Till then, see ya!